Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Happy Tuesday evening to everybody. This is the Midwest Motorsports Road Series GT3 and GT4s on the track at the same time. We have a full field tonight, 20 cars in each class. So 40 cars will take the grid to at the 3.7 mile Sebring road course tonight. We're racing in twilight. You can see the headlights are on. Huge crowd. I'm James J, joined by my partner, Adam Sondag. Adam, thanks for holding my seat for me while I was away. I'm glad nobody else came in and take my place, but you did a great job. I just want to give you a kudos for all the hard work you did covering it without me, and CJ was great too. But yep, it's glad to be back, and glad to be back with you, Adam.
Yeah, glad to have you back. I'm glad you're on the mend and back to business. We are down here in Sebring where seemingly nobody sleeps. So hope you drank a cup of coffee and you're ready to go.
That's right. I'm ready. It looks like our Midwest Motorsports drivers are ready. Congratulations to Chase Fincher for putting it on the pole, P1 tonight. Justin Flagg, after a close second place last week at Daytona, starts in the front row with him. Johan DeRoy, Shea McNeely, row 2. Jamil Gummer, Jason Phillips, row 3. We got a stacked race tonight for you. It looks like we're doing a full, complete lap, so I'm okay with that. Greg Conway and CJ Barzak, row 4. Justin Thaler and Steve Hansel, Midwest Motorsports admin, row 5. John Daniels, Justin Glickner, Keel Hogan, I hope I'm saying that right, Keel, Keegan Berry, Jesse Coffey, Ian Bakaitis in the GT3s this season. Starts at 16th. Francis Faustino, hopefully got his computer figured out. Jason Geyer, Michael Odell, and Chet Miller round out the GT3 field. Congratulations to Zach Alexander for putting it on the pole in the GT4 series. Congratulations, Zach. In the Porsche, I might add. Ron Cabiltas in the Mercedes shared row 1 with him. Nicholas Aslin, Kevin Bridges, row 2. Nicholas Moffitt, Cody Height, row 3. Rick Mundren, Brian Sarton, row 4. Kyle Ryan, James Zingy, Jack Yates. We got a full heat tonight. Taylor Montague, Michael Choate are going to round out the final row. I think. Nope, that's 7th row. The list keeps going. Landon Sprinkle, Aaron Mitchell, Danny Locke, Christopher Hopper. I think you might have a not able to qualify or pit lane start. I'm not sure. But either way, we got 60 minutes to sort it out. We're expecting 2 pit stops from the GT3 field, only 1 pit stop from the GT4. Chase Fincher's been on a roll. Do you think he's going to do it again tonight, Adam?
I'm not sure. Justin Flagg has joined since last time anyone's seen us and appears to be pretty fast. So Johan's right there. Shea McNeely's right there. Jason Phillips, Jamil Gummer. It's quite a few people who can challenge. Sebring is certainly known for leaving spare body parts around the track. It's going to be chaos here with the multi-class. And just anyway, I mean, Sebring, I think, brings out the fighter jet in people here. And fitting as Chase Fincher has this. Did we decide if it was a Japanese Zero? Do we know what it was that Chase Fincher is paying
We'll have to ask
here?
him.
Yeah, we'll have to
I'm not
ask him, but fitting that we're here on the old airstrip and he's ready to do some dogfighting.
That's right. Chase Fincher is leading the points, followed closely by Michael Odell. Jason Wahlberg, who is missing tonight, rounds out the top 3 in the Pro Division. In the AMS, it's Kyle Ryan leading the field with Zach Alexander second in points and Nicholas Moffitt third in points. Lots to play for. This is race 5 of 12. At the historic airfield, first raced in 1952 as a racing circuit. Not far from Orlando and Tampa. 3.7 miles. Race 5 of 12 goes around the final Sunset Bend. And Chase Fincher's going to bring us to green. And we're racing. It's on. Justin Flagg gets the jump. Maybe Justin was on the pole.
Yeah, I believe Justin did put it on pole there.
All right. Sorry about that, Justin. Justin takes control early. Do they all make it through turn 1? So far, so good. 2 wide. Oh, little love tap there from Chase on Johan DeRoy. Elbows out early. And then Shea McNeely in the Porsche right behind. So we have Corvette, Acura, Porsche.
Yeah, Shea coming in the outside there, seeing if there's any room, any chance to get around, at least making Chase think. We know Chase is definitely somebody who is a very cerebral driver with the racecraft. So Johan maybe paying back a little bit, tired of being the one looking in the rearview mirror saying, hey, I'm here, I can be there too.
That's right. And the GT4 field is underway as well. That's awesome. Rick Bunder with the Oskveld. Look at Jack Yates with the 711 paint. Looks awesome. Zach Alexander off to an early start. 1 second lead already over Ron Cabiltos. James Zinke had some argy-bargy there. Looks like he's dropped back. But the race for the lead is on. Chase Fincher tucks underneath at really the end of the long straightaway. Yeah. Chase does not like to be chasing. He wants everybody to chase him. I don't blame him. He likes to lead from the front. Around the bumps. Looks like somebody was going wide there. That may have been Jason Phillips. So I'll go to the top 4 separated now.
No one really appears to have lost too many positions yet. Francis down 3, James Zangi down 8. So something happened to James Zangi. Looks like he had an incident here.
Right on the start.
Not be in the world.
Turn 1, lap 1. I was trying. Sorry, our replay system has a mind of its own sometimes. Thanks for trying, Adam.
Yeah. But otherwise, a couple drivers up already. Paxton, Denny, Landon Sprinkle. A couple drivers in GT4 that have moved up. So that incident that James was involved in, likely holding a couple people up and allowing some opportunistic cars through. You always say you can't win the race on lap 1, but you can make up a lot of ground. You have to be ready to take it when you can, because otherwise it'll take laps and laps of work to do.
Somebody that's made some ground is Michael Odell, up 7 spots from his 19th place qualifying. And there's Michael, like he's in a yellow Corvette tonight. Just in front of Steve Hansel here, up 7 spots. Justin Glickner is next on his list. Michael Odell won Daytona by an eyelash. And as he goes inside, Justin Glickner now hard on the brakes, trying to avoid the bumps. So he takes that tight line. Can Justin Glickner get him back down the front straightaway? Justin decides to tuck in and follow. Wouldn't be a bad one to follow, but move Michael Odell up 1 more spot.
It looks like Justin's got a good toe there, but he might not force the issue this early.
Great racing all up and down the field. We'll continue to watch Michael Odell's progress. There's Keegan Bahari.
Well, it looks like Chris Hopper was involved in an incident here, and Michael Choate. Sorry, the replay here is just really struggling with us tonight.
Glad to see Michael made it back on. Looks like Christopher Hopper also made it back on, just 3 seconds behind. Oh, we're side by side. Rick Bundren and Brian Sarton.
Brian got to tuck back in, but Kyle Ryan is right there. Kyle's been pretty fast. Seems to be liking this Aston Martin. It's a handful to drive. But he's got Troy Nissen all over him.
Brian Sarton tucks down, trying to make the pass on Rick Bundren. Great racing, nice and clean racing. Thanks to everybody for making that happen. We got Troy Nissen coming in here too, looking inside of Kyle Ryan. Kyle Ryan leaves room just in case. Not this time, but a lot of racing left. 7 minutes in, Kyle Ryan playing defense, letting the car drift wide, carry the speed. Big long track like this, you can tell that it's going to take 5 or 7 laps for the cars to start getting into traffic. That will be a factor later on. But right now, let's get it while you can.
Yeah,
multiple
still
different
decent
lines
gap before the GT3s start getting into traffic. So it'll be interesting. This is a nice big circuit. You know, we saw, especially at Road Atlanta, it was really hard to try to time your stop to get out of traffic as a GT3 or even a GT4 if you wanted to try to undercut or overcut to try to get some clean air and avoid that traffic. It was almost impossible at Road Atlanta. I think it might be easier here to be a little more strategic to say, you know, if I take my pit now or go a lap under, I might be able to avoid some of this traffic and put my closest competitors in a position where they're going to be slowed down by it, and I'm going to have clean air.
For sure, a couple of more passing zones here. Hard braking zones after a long straightaway. Usually is where, but also these S's or long sweeping corners that go back and forth, especially from 10 to 13 where we're at now. All the way down to 16. Down the long.
Little drift there. Johan
Yes.
catching the back end of this Porsche.
Power slide, trying to put the power down.
Wants to look up the inside here on Justin, but has Shea McNeely all over him. So this group is still pretty close together. Chase has about 1.8 seconds on Justin Flagg, but these 3 cars right behind him are right there if anything goes wrong. Jason Phillips not too far behind, but he'll want to try to stay up with these guys to avoid any need to race hard to get up there later on. Jamil Gummer right in the rearview mirror as well, so still somewhat in touch with the first 10 minutes. Big train back here. From Jamil Gummer back.
This is inside the top 10, the bottom of the top 10. And look who's in the back, Michael Odell. And then he's looking up at CJ Barzak in this beautiful Acura, I believe.
And Justin Thaler, who's been sneaking top 10s and top 5s to work his way up the standings.
Good show for Justin in the dark horse. Finally put some cool wheels on that thing. Now it goes.
Got to save your money up before you can put some loud wheels on your car. So good to see the team got a fundraiser, bake sale or something along those lines.
That's right. Car wash for Justin. He's got Greg Conway up ahead. Greg's in the McLaren. Justin puts his nose out. Let's see if he tries to sneak up in the inside on Sunset Bend. Lets him go first. Meanwhile, Greg Conway's looking on the inside of Jamil Gummer at the same time. Back to Kevin Bridges. Mercedes battle here with Cody Height just in front.
Yeah, it looks like Cody made the change to the Mercedes, so the One Apex Racing team won't make it easy once again.
At least that one's a little red. I can see Cody's sets off a little different.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and you can see the Tennessee Volunteers helmet in there, but every week they're growing.
Plan for world domination is underway.
Steve
Hansel. Let it rip. Let's go, Steve.
Just about gets into the rear of John Daniels and gives him a spin. John able to catch it there.
Get up on the wheel, Steve. I like this version of Steve Hansel. 5th last week at Daytona. Now he's going to late break inside John Daniels. Do they touch? John leaves him just enough room. Steve leaves just enough room on the exit. It's going to make him vulnerable to Justin Glickner behind. But let's see if Steve can make another attack. That was great racing. I'm not used to seeing Steve be aggressive like this. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like after Steve switched off of the Corvette, well, maybe the Corvette is what activated it. We saw some racy Steve at Imola a couple seasons back in the Corvette, and it looks like now this Porsche has really got him feeling feisty.
Awesome GT3 action. There's CJ. Oh, Justin Thaler on the inside of Jamil. It's a drag race down the front stretch. Justin Thaler's not letting go. Looking back at the Dark Horse Mustang in all its glory going through turn 1. These S's has got another shot coming up at the end of this back straightaway, turn 7. He does have pressure from behind from CJ Barzak and Michael Odell as well.
Yeah, as the field grows, there are less and less drivers that you want to see in your relative being behind you.
Right.
If John Daniels and Steve stop battling, then they might gather themselves in up on this group and bring Justin Glickner with them. So this could very well quickly become an 8-car train.
Michael Odell makes a late break move on CJ Barzak. Move Michael Odell up 10 places from his original starting spot. CJ Barzak gets in line and follows. Meanwhile, Justin Thaler, the Dark Horse, is trying to make another attack. Now he's got to fight off Michael Odell, who is coming. No, something's happened to Justin Flagg? No. Sorry. I was looking at the tower. I didn't see the 3. My bad. Didn't mean to scare you Justin Flagg fans out there. Chase Fincher does a magical job of flying away from the field. You've seen him do it over and over again. Tonight is no exception.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to reel him back in. A little bit of lawn mowing for CJ there. Shout out to Pablo in the chat. Shea McNeely hasn't lost the rear bumper of Johan de Roy right in his wheel tracks. Justin Flagg's right there. Shea's waiting for any opportunity he can find to make his way around Johan.
Seven laps in, they're still tenths of a second apart, all the way up and down the field. Just a real testament to the level of class in these drivers as Justin Taylor gets a little sideways, putting on the power. Look forward to having you back, Pablo. Been thinking about you and your family.
Yeah, we'd love to see you next week.
Justin Taylor goes inside. We're in traffic now. This is where you can either find a groove and settle in and just run your race. Your aggression may not pay off when you're in traffic. At the same time,
we might see some GT3 stops sometime soon as well.
True. Coming up on that 20-minute mark.
So as Chase makes his way into the heart of this GT4 field, could potentially see an opportunity to go in and get that first change, hit an undercut, and come back in some open air. So we'll see if anybody takes advantage of that. I don't believe anybody's pitted yet that didn't have an incident. A little easier to tell now that there aren't pit lane starts, just end of line penalties. So a couple end of line penalties and cars not qualifying today. Now we see, Johan getting right up on the bumper of Justin Flagg, and that traffic is a factor.
And the GT4 guys are trying to race as well.
Right. Yeah, Troy Nissen and not Landon. Oh, it's not Troy. It's James, yeah. James and Denny. Denny up the inside.
Maybe Paxton. It's all good.
Oh, it is. Yep.
They've been racing for 3-4 laps now, and moved Zengi up a spot. Oh, as he gets sideways through turn one, is he going to save it? No, he can't.
Yeah, he'll be okay. Yeah.
No contact with the wall.
Yeah, the car's okay, but he's going to lose that battle, and
that's
finally an open hole here. With the
great
GT3.
eyes.
He's going to have to stay off the line.
Watching your relative, nice job.
Yeah, not a fun way to come back, but bummer there. He made a great move and had the outside, so he had a better run coming to the start-finish line, but tried to move his braking marker down probably a little too far just to make sure he could hold it. Now
this is Troy Nissen.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're willing it to happen. Train here from Kyle Ryan, Troy Nissen, Rick Bundren, and Landon Sprinkle. So top 3 GT3 cars making their way through this bunch, and right behind them is Jason Phillips. It's getting heavy.
Shea's making a point to stay right there with Johan through this traffic.
Still a couple cars left for Chase Fincher to make it through.
What happened to CJ and Glickner?
Look, something with
CJ Barzak is in the pits.
Looked like something involving Denny, perhaps.
Come on, STK, work with us, baby.
Really apologize here. I'm not sure what's happened after the update that it doesn't want to give us any replays. That's really frustrating. So sorry about that.
Well, I think CJ is going to be okay. The safety equipment's pretty good. We have some pitters. Chase Fincher stays out. The GT3 pit cycles are underway.
Shea McNeely, Johan DeRoy, Jason Phillips, Greg Conway, Justin Gleckner, Shell Hagen,
Everybody's in.
Jesse Coffey, Chet Miller, Ian Bacaitis, Jason Geyer, Francis, Keegan. So lots of takers.
They have a 2-for-1 sale in the pits. Or
Justin Flagg already stopped 1 lap ago, so Justin Flagg taking the undercut.
Let's see.
That put him to the back of the GT4 field. So working back past James Zangi.
And Chase has yet to pit as well.
So now Johan DeRoy comes out, stays in second, but Jason Phillips has jumped Shea McNeely in the pits.
Shea had a long stop. 22.2. To everybody else is 16-17.
Yeah, not sure.
Missed your box.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, but Jason Phillips effectively running third now. We'll see if Chase comes in. He will. Michael Liddell and Jameel Gummer effectively 1 and 2.
Forget about Flag. We'll see where Flag comes out.
And they're both going in. Steve Hansel going in.
Justin Taylor.
John Daniels going in. So Justin Flagg will inherit the lead. He's already taken his pit with the undercut.
We'll see if Chase can get out in front of him. I know Justin Flagg has got his foot so far down the floorboard, probably going through the firewall.
Yeah, got the left foot on top of the right foot, keeping that thing pinned. Yeah. Here comes Chase out of
the race. Well, he's not 3 seconds behind like he was before the pit stops and traffic in front of Chase Fincher. So the race for the lead is on. We're 3 wide. They touch.
Oh, no.
Oh, Chase Fincher goes in the grass. They got the wheels tied up. Coming out of the pits. That was close. Of course, nothing intentional, but 3 wide. I mean, Chase Fincher, he had to thread the needle there. You got GT4 coming in. You got your nearest competitor on hot tires coming out. Is that Aaron Mitchell in a BMW? And the orange McLaren? Yeah, he bounced off. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hopefully no damage, not too much damage to the GT4 as well.
Johan makes his way through.
Oh.
So bad timing on the way out. Mentioned earlier, you're hoping that your pit stop brings you out into clean air.
Right.
That one brought him out into a battle. And not only that, brought him out right into a competitor, his closest competitor, on tires that were climbing up to temp.
It's just truly a victim of circumstance there. Nothing was on purpose, just horrible timing. It looks like Chase Fincher spent 18, almost 19 seconds in the pits, where Justin only spent about 16. So those 2 or 3 seconds that Chase spent extra in the pits would have been the difference to put him out in front of that GT4 crowd as Chase still going through the grass.
Doing a little lawn mowing there.
It's not the way to clean your tires. Maybe some damage.
Once you let that Acura get a taste of some grass, Hondas do like to mow. Great mowing 4-stroke motors.
Yep. Last year forever.
Mm-hmm. Change the oil. clean the air filter. But even with that incident, Chase is still right there in third. He's about 4 seconds back now to Johan. But Justin Flagg and Johan are coming back up to the heart of the GT4 field, so things might get dicey for them as well. Justin, the beneficiary of some GT4 traffic, but it's quite easy to turn around and become the victim as well.
That's right. I would love to see him race it out on track. Justin Flagg was the pole sitter, remember, but the early pace from Chase Fincher pulled away about 3 seconds. The GT4 field is watching the battle with Landon Sprinkle, Rick Bundren, and Troy Nissen up ahead.
Yeah, nice little 3-pack here. Trying to maximize the speed of these GT4 cars. Your race leader, Justin Flagg, pops out to go up to the inside. Rick gonna stay out wide.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Troy.
Kyle Ryan chasing down Kevin Bridges, or just following the GT4 battles that Justin Flagg is watching.
Nice.
There's the GT4 battle from Justin Flagg's point of view.
Seems like every third lap he's on another Wart Racing team paint up ahead.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that the iRacing system is procedurally generating what Apex Race Team cars.
Right.
Not sure if these are real people or AI creations or what, but we'll find out if we can.
What a fun rhythm section of this track. Love the in-car shot. He's working his way out of 13, down to 14 now. Couple of little lefts. We saw some GT4s really swinging wide around turn 16.
Yeah, they really don't want to lose any speed through here and have to try to do everything they can to try to keep that speed up, because those cars don't want to pull back up all the way through the power band. That's a real loss if you have to take that.
Almost like a Scandinavian flick to kind of just get the car rotated, keep the RPM up. As we're seeing more side-by-side action, Jason Phillips and Chase Fincher. Jason Phillips on the inside through Sunset Bend, back to start another lap. You got some GT4 traffic up ahead. We're also racing hard. Chase Fincher wants that spot back.
He's pulling in.
Jason goes around. Chase pit. He's tired of it.
Not sure if
he wants to repair the damage.
I'm not sure if he has damage or what. He might be holding that wheel. Yeah, he's not holding his wheel straight there. You can see it just cocked about 10, 15 degrees to the left. So going wheel to wheel with Jason, that's probably not very fun. But nice setup from Jason there. Jason positioned his car in a way that Chase really had to accept going wide. So Jason really put himself in position to make sure he got that move done. So really smart from Jason. Chase fighting the car, knows that he doesn't want to take it over the limit.
It makes sense that the if his steering was off to the left a little bit, the turn before the long straightaway is a right-hander. That's why he could be lacking a little speed on the exit, and Jason Phillips took advantage. So hopefully Chase will get that repair done. Maybe have to stop for a splash at the end. I don't think you can go 30 minutes. I would have tried to make it last another 3 or 4 minutes, enough to get you to the end without another stop. But
he's back out now, but behind Keegan, who I believe has had an incident.
Oh, he's got damage too. That car doesn't look happy.
And that's what you get at Sebring. I mean, if it's not the curbs and the grass or the competitors, I mean, there's so many ways to get your car in trouble at this circuit. And I think that's what makes this such a good multi-class circuit, is just the amount of the amount of risk and reward is significant here. I mean, like, Aaron Mitchell has no front end on that BMW.
But he's out there. I'm glad he's still doing it. And that's Cody Height right behind him.
Yeah, it might not be great for the aerodynamic package on that car, but at least it's getting clean air to the radiator.
Cody has made a pit stop already, so he should be good to go to the end.
Zach Alexander, Nick Astlin, Kyle Ryan, Brian Sarton in the pits now. Ron Cabiltes inherits the lead. He's got Nick Moffitt behind him by about 15 and a half seconds. So Ron Cabiltes, Nick Moffitt, Kevin Bridges, Rick Bundren, Justin Shue, Paxton Gnor, Jack Yates, all yet to stop. Aaron Mitchell also yet to stop. They might try to put a front end on that BMW. I would
highly recommend it. Yeah.
I hate to know what that costs. A little bit of terror for Kevin there.
I love the Flying Lizard Corvette paint. I don't think they ever made one in real life, but I tell you, I like it. I like the adaptation there.
Johan's up on the bumper of Justin Flagg now. Shea McNeely back around Jason Phillips, but Johan up into the battle for first.
Being patient through traffic is Justin Flagg. Johan DeRoy is not known for being patient. I'm sure he will take the first opportunity he can when he sees the door open just a little bit. Just crack the door just a little bit, Justin, and Johan DeRoy will try to make his way through. However, Justin Flagg knows his track well. Looks like he knows the Corvette. He's driving the wheels off of this thing. One more pit stop to go for these guys, not forget. A whole lot of racing left. We're past the halfway point in the race. And Chase is still in the pits, so no fast repair for Chase Venture. Looks like he's parking it.
I know he's had issues recently with his VR setup as well. For some reason, those never seem to be short-lived issues.
Little lockup there from Michael O'Dell as he's trying to push forward on Greg Conway. Justin Taylor still hanging in there in 8th, just behind this group.
I believe Greg just came on the radio and told Michael if he has the move that Greg's not going to fight him too hard on it because Michael has been fast all day. So
Awesome sportsmanship here. Just another reason Midwest Motorsports is one of the best leagues in the country. On the line. I'm going to race you hard, but if you stick your nose in, I'm not going to fight you too hard for it. Michael Odell's reputation precedes him.
Greg looks to have picked up some pace in the meantime, so nice little sleight of hand there. Hey man, I think you're faster than me until I see you in my rear view, and
Right.
I'm gonna start picking up the pace on my laps.
I hate that, you reel somebody in, from 3-4 seconds back, and then you get up to them and you're still turning fast laps, and all of a sudden they're turning faster laps too. Can't get around them.
I studied motivation in grad school, and I'm still amazed by how impactful it is on performance.
That's right. Apply a little bit of
Johan's-
pressure.
Yeah, Johan certainly is driving harder and hitting his marks better because he is in the toe of Justin Flagg.
Nice and smooth. Coming up on
Yeah.
a GT4.
Yeah, that McLaren looks planted, especially for the open setup. We're not running expensive, tailored, well-tested, practiced setups. I mean, these are the open setups here, so not a lot of drivers are necessarily familiar and comfortable with those. So when you see a car look this comfortable, especially on a track this bumpy, that's really handling it well.
Oh.
Shea McNeely in the background getting on the front stretch. Jason Phillips behind him.
Going in the grass.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
Kyle
the grass
Ryan.
gets watered too much here.
Yeah, right. It's mostly sand underneath too, so that stuff will never get off your tires for 2 or 3 laps. Kyle Ryan in the green chrome looking up at Nicholas Aslan. Your Daytona winner, former champ.
Everybody here has pitted, so these positions are from their race performance. So Cody Height, Nick Aslan, Kyle Ryan, Kevin Bridges behind this group. I believe they've got Nick Moffitt up ahead of them. Yep. So Nick up 2 positions, Cody up 3 positions, Nick Aslan down 2 positions from his starting position, Kyle Ryan up 3, Kevin Bridges down 3, Rick Bundren down 2. So lots of movement. Paxton Knorr up 9 positions from his start. So really had a nice start there. Johan still all over Justin. Going to try to get into the inside there. We'll see if he gets a good run. Oh, he does. Okay, Justin going to
Comes in the pits.
Yeah. But a switchback, Justin has to complete a switchback to get into the pit, so that might cost a little bit of time on that pit entrance there. Johan with somewhat clean air. Chase Fincher might have just parked it. Chad Miller also pitting in the GT3. Might need a smoke break. Cody Heights made his way up on bumper of Nick Moffitt.
Nicholas Moffitt is third in points right now, with Zach Alexander up the road after qualifying well today. 6-7 second now lead for Zach Alexander. Nicholas Moffitt wants to get around Cody Height if he can. Or he's in front of Cody Height. Wants to get around Ryan Kabilta's next on his list.
Yeah, I think Ron's up the road a little bit from these guys.
That's right, another 8 seconds. Sorry about that, but yeah. Good run for Cody Height. Nicholas wants to keep Cody behind him if he can.
Yeah, we haven't talked
20
much
points.
about Zach Alexander since the start of the
Yeah.
race, but he's just been cruising.
He's in that flow state, letting everything come to him. No pressure to let the GT3s go when the time comes. If you're not being pressured from behind, just do your own thing.
Yeah, he's really been locked in since he went to the pink Roxy setup on the Cayman here, and it's I mean, just especially from the drive, from coming from an incident on the pole all the way back to win at Watkins Glen. I mean, I think he's really been locked in since then. He needs to start going in and editing his Roxy paint to color some of those teeth for some race wins, but you know, we'll let him get to that as he can.
It's not over yet. Still 18 minutes to go. Your points leader, Kyle Ryan, behind this group. So Zach Alexander stands to gain quite a bit. Unless Kyle Ryan can make a move.
Not easy to get around Nick Aslan lately.
Nick Aslan upgraded his sim rig game with track racer rig now, much more solid than the desk he was using before.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, Kyle got it done, so nice move from Kyle there to get around. Looked like Nick got more curb than he wanted, got a little loose. Kyle right there on his tail, just going to go ahead and stuff it around while he has the speed.
Great job by Nick to lift just at the right time so they can both get their speed on the exit of this corner. So maybe Nicholas will be back.
Yeah, live to fight another day.
Yep.
You know, it realistically, at the point when you eat that curb that hard and, oh, here comes Nick Moffitt up the middle of Cody Height. Cody going to try to get the run back on him. Nick might be able to hold this. But at the point when you get on the curb that hard and you lose your run, you're probably going to get overtaken. And so, you know, it's almost best just to fall back in line and try to maintain what you can to get speed for the last 17 minutes of this race here. Cody Height able to get that good run. Nick Moffitt in the grass, doing a little drift. I agree with Tim Odell in the chat there. Excited to hear James's voice back.
Hey Tim. It's great to see you guys down at Road Atlanta. Nice to put faces with names and voices that you hear and speak with. There's Michael Odell. He's up. He is hauling the mail.
So Johan is out ahead of Justin with the overcut. See how Justin makes work of Johan now that, again, he undercut the first pit cycle. Chase Fincher then getting into GT4 traffic, trying to hold Justin off, allowed Justin to get through, but Johan on the undercut able to get out ahead. It'll be a little bit at least before Johan gets traffic, so he might be able to bring these tires up to temp.
One lap
really
could have been traffic for Justin. Pit times are almost exactly the same. So it's just a matter of out lap and in lap getting it done. I don't think Johan has seen the last of Justin Flagg, though.
Probably not.
After this round of pit cycles, we'll see where the GT3 field lines up. Top 4 are still looking for their final pit stop.
I think the bad news for Justin is that there's only about 1 or 2 cars on this back straight ahead of Johan, so it's not likely that Johan's going to have too much trouble getting into GT4 traffic anytime soon, potentially within the next 15 minutes, but that might not be enough time to allow Justin to make a move. Michael Odell, Steve Hansel pitting, John Daniels pitting, Johan already through past those guys coming in. Jamil Gummer
again,
still
Johan
needs to stop. Go ahead.
Johan just being patient. I don't think Justin Flagg was holding Johan up per se, but I think once Johan gets clean air on his nose, he seems to find another gear and just shut everything out as well, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem, kind of has that, I feel like Johan doesn't really get bogged down in traffic too much, kind of that Kyle Larson gene of being able to keep opportunistic. I mean, you see a lot of guys struggle to get through traffic. Chase obviously gets through traffic pretty well, but today shooting through the middle of 2 GT4s through that section, just asking a lot of everybody involved. That just doesn't always, sometimes the house wins, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yep, I'm with you.
You have to, sometimes it's better not to bet against house odds. A little slide there from Cody Height, making that Mercedes work. Really not much separation between this group. Cody Height, Nicholas Moffitt, Kyle Ryan, and Nick Aslan. These are also some of your points contenders in the GT4 series. They're going to have to start knocking off Zach Alexander, though. They can't keep letting him get away with it.
Nicholas Moffitt looking outside Cody Height now. Cody Height slides up to do the block, leaves just enough room to make it seem like he's leaving you room. Can Nicholas Moffitt slide underneath Cody? Not this time. What great racing, man. This is Midwest Motorsports GT4. After 50 minutes, these guys are still racing this close and this hard. And so clean, so fair. Inside the top 5 now. Can Moffitt get around Cody Height here? He's got 11 more minutes to do it. Your points leader, Kyle Ryan, and the green Aston Martin right behind, waiting to take over any leftovers, I guess. Three manufacturers duking it out. 3rd, 4th, and 5th place tonight.
Yeah, pretty good spread in both fields. Although the top 10 in the GT4 is pretty Porsche heavy. Tends to be a nice stable platform.
Justin Thaler's under pressure in the Dark Horse Mustang from Jamil Gummer in the Acura.
Yeah, good to see Jamil back out. Justin again working on a sneaky top 10. Steve Hansel right there in the top 10 as well. Justin Gleckner.
Lap traffic coming through. Jamil's not going to take advantage. I don't know that he could.
Oh no, Paxton.
Oh, he got it right in front, trying to get out of the way. Is that Steve Hansel come through? what happened to Paxton here. I think he was just trying to be the nice guy and get out of the way. I don't think there was too much contact.
It might have been.
No, just putting on the power.
Just lost it there. And
He almost saved it. He felt the pressure from behind.
yeah.
We appreciate the effort, Paxton.
Yeah, the last thing anybody wants to see is that they're in the middle of a battle in the faster class. Speaking of battles, here comes Steve. Steve gets by Jamil.
In that exchange, Jamil hesitated just a little bit. Steve Hansel did not.
Yeah, aggressive Steve.
More battles. Nick Aslin and Moffitt.
They got around Nick Moffitt.
Yeah.
And Kyle Ryan did as well. So Cody Height and Kyle Ryan, Nick Aslin move up.
Is there damage on the front of that Porsche? Maybe not. You got him. Steve Hansel in front of Justin Thaler.
Really? Oh, won't even play
of course.
recent. That recent, but
Oh,
Steve really taking advantage there. Opportunistic Steve.
Gavin Bridges.
Yeah, Kevin got on the radio there and
With Rick up ahead.
gave Rick the all clear to sweep over.
Great racing.
Justin with the speed back around.
And Jamil's going to take it as well.
Yeah, he's got great position. Steve's going to have to back out. And all while they're doing this, Justin Gleckner and John Daniels are coming in.
Yep. Ooh, Jamil Gummer holding much tighter line.
This is your biggest battle, but Justin Flagg is back up within a second of Johan.
Thank you, Ron.
So a little bit of breathing room for Johan through traffic. None for Justin Thaler.
He's got 5 cars right behind him, breathing down his neck.
Yeah, now Troy Nissen has the white knuckle of GT3 traffic.
Great job by everybody.
It's really not a blast when you look in your relative and you see an entire battle of cars coming up that are faster than you. It's nerve-wracking to try to remember you should hold your line. You're worried about causing an issue. You just start thinking too much instead of trying to hold the right line.
Right.
It can be a lot.
Especially in the closing minutes of the race.
Absolutely.
When you know everything's on the line.
Yeah, maybe 30 minutes ago it would have been easy, but with 5 minutes to go, that's a different story. Rick Bundren's up
Is that
to
Rick
it now.
Bundren's next?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Good on you, Rick. Jamil Gummer wants Justin Thaler. He wants that spot. And he looks inside, gives him a nudge. Lets him know he's here, filling up the mirrors. Left side, right side, back and forth, down a long back stretch now. Headed through turn 6 and 7. 7's the hairpin. Is Jamil going to pop out? Really need to surprise him if you're going to make a move on Justin.
I think it's hard to do here because if you just don't get this set up, it's hard to get the run.
Not quite long enough as the straightaway. Put enough pressure to make a mistake. Justin Taylor is no stranger to pressure. He's a pneumatics engineer.
I think he'd let the air out of his race if he got past right here at the end.
No, he's loving it. Justin Taylor's got a grin. From ear to ear right now, I can see it. This is why we get in our rigs and play. Races like this. The leagues like this.
This is right in front of that group. You have Kyle Ryan and Nick Moffitt trying to get back in front, and then there in the rear view of them is the battle we've been watching.
Yep.
So nice of everybody to just bring it all into one view for us.
Maybe into turn one. Where's Jamil going to go? This is an opportunity for the Acura. Justin Taylor looks like he has some damage on his hood. On the front straightaway, we're going to go 4 wide. Justin Taylor threads the needle, but Jamil Gummer is there on the inside of turn one. Steve Hansel trying to figure out where to go through, but here it is, the race for 7th place. Jamil Gummer gets inside Justin Taylor, leaves room on the exit. Justin Taylor wants to fight back. Jamil shuts the door.
Yeah, the inside's
Justin
going to be
carries
preferred
speed
here through this stretch. Now Steve's up the inside.
Oh, little hip check there from Steve. Now it's on. Jamil wants to see that so that Jamil can get up and go. But Justin Taylor is not going to be thrilled about losing a spot to Steve Hansel. They go 2 wide through the hairpin at turn 7. What an awesome race.
Give him a sumo throw, Steve. Yeah, Steve opportunistic again. Justin wasn't ready to defend. Steve is on top of Jamil. Right. Jamil's got some breathing room now. Back behind where these guys just were. Nick Moffitt making his way through. Still working on trying to hold it. Kyle might have a good angle here. He's got the inside.
These guys are racing side by side from turn 1 as well. Incredible GT4 action. You gotta love it.
John Daniels and Kjell Hagen coming up behind them. Johan is still only a second ahead of Justin Flagg, but not a lot of traffic ahead to potentially cause issues for Johan. Jason Phillips trying to make his way up to Shea McNeely. It's hard to make it around Shea at the end of a race. The inevitable has happened. Justin Thaler and Justin Gleckner are together. Took 60 minutes for it to happen.
I think Justin will end up ahead on that one.
Yeah, I think if Justin can keep it together, he might be able to hold Justin off or get around Justin.
White flag is out. This is the final lap for all the marbles.
Johan on the flashers, letting Chris Hopper know the lead battle is coming.
Good to see Hopper out there. I know that wasn't the start of the race that he wanted. Glad to see Christopher still out there racing the whole hour.
Justin trying
Steve
to get
Hansel.
back.
Can you hold him off? Just this final lap. Steve, getting sideways, putting the power down. That opens the door for Thaler and the Mustang. So we're going side by side through the 11, 12, 13 complex. But nice, patient, clean racing from Johan de Roy. Perfect pit strategy. One lap undercut gets him in front of Justin Flagg, who gets a great second place after leading many laps. Third place, Shea McNeely, Mr. Consistency. He's going to do it in third. Michael Odell, fifth, right behind Jason Phillips.
There's Zach Alexander.
Michael Odell up 14 places. Steve Hansel holding off Justin Thaler for now. The GT4 win goes to Zach Alexander. He's already crossed the line. And the race for 8th and 9th, Justin Thaler, Steve Hansel side by side. It's going to go to Justin Thaler.
Wow. Justin used
0.1.
Paxton as a pick there.
0.109. As the rest of the field comes through, Cody Height with a great third place. Ron Kabiltas in second. Fourth place for Nicholas Aslan.
Nice to see the pick and roll come into auto racing.
Yes. And Nicholas Moffitt wins the race with Kyle Ryan. So Kyle Ryan finishes P6. Nicholas Moffitt near the top 5. Great run for Cody Height. Jack Yates bringing it around for the top 10. Slurpees for everybody at the 7-Eleven when Jack Yates finishes in the top 10.
Yeah, get a brain freeze or a tummy ache, whichever comes first.
That's right. Both. Brian Sarton in 11th. I'm going to find somebody to interview, Adam.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that, and I'll run down the finishing order here as we get the final cars back across the line. I'd still have one car out still. Yep. Couple cars still coming around. Aaron Mitchell and Michael Choate still on track, bringing their cars in. They did put a new front end on Aaron Mitchell with the spin drift Seltzer helmet. Well, we knew that Sebring would claim some cars. It definitely took its toll. Get your race results here. Johan DeRoy taking the win after Chase Fincher came out on his second pit stop, his final pit stop, came out into GT4 traffic, tried to split him, ended up going off and having an incident. He kept running, but after Jason Phillips got around him, it appeared he had just too much trouble with that car. Might have had some issues on his computer end too. We're not sure yet. He was retired there. Justin Flagg took over the lead. But Johan DeRoy was able to make his way right up to the back of Justin Flagg and around, hold him off for the win. Johan DeRoy first, Justin Flagg second, Shea McNeely third. Jason Phillips not able to catch back up to Shea McNeely, fourth place. Michael Odell fifth, Greg Conaway sixth, Jamil Gummer seventh. Opportunistic pass to get around Justin Thaler. Steve Hansel not able to trump Justin Thaler at the line, just not able to get the run, working his way around traffic. Justin Gleckner 10th, John Daniels 11th, Shell Hagen 12th, Jesse Coffey 13th, Chet Miller 14, Ian Bakaitis 15, Jason Geyer 16, CJ Barzak 17, Keegan Bahari, Chase Fincher, and Francis Faustino not finishing. Your winner in GT4, Zach Alexander, flag to flag. Another strong race from Zach. Ron Kabilti's behind him. Cody Hyde able to hold down third. Nick Aslan and Nick Moffitt both trading back and forth in positions. Nick Aslan fourth, Nick Moffitt fifth, Kyle Ryan sixth, Rick Bundren seventh, Troy Nissen eighth, Kevin Bridges 10th or 9th, Jack Yates 10th, Brian Sarton 11th, James Zangy 12, Denny Locke 13, Michael Choate 14, Aaron Mitchell getting a new front end on that BMW 15th, Paxton Gnor, late spin brought him to 16th. He was right in the top 10. Justin Shoup 17, Chris Hopper 18, Landon Sprinkle 19, Taylor Montague 20. That's your finish for tonight.
What an awesome race all the way down, up and down the field. 40 cars on this 3.7 mile track all at the same time. Great job. Congratulations from the pole to victory lane. Zach Alexander, it's James and Adam in the booth. You got us?
Hello, hello.
Well, Zach, were you lonely out there, man? Did you have the radio turned up and the window down? Man, great racing. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, no, I knew it was going to be important to put it on pole. I love this track. I have a lot of fun at it. So I knew I was going to be consistent. So I knew I just had to kind of focus. So as soon as I got pole, I knew it was going to be good. And then somehow, some way, I was able to pit perfectly before encountering any GT3 traffic in my first stint. Second stint comes around, I think I had about 8 GT3 cars pass me at all, and I had no GT4s to pass. So I don't know what I did to deserve such a blessing of a road ahead, but it definitely helped. You know, it was easier for me to kind of put those consistent lap times down. And I got a little jealous at the end there of Cody, Nick, and Kyle all pushing super hard. I was a little jealous. I wanted to have a little bit of a race, but I was just happy that I performed well for once. So no complaints on my end.
Yeah,
Adam,
awesome.
you got anything?
No, we just seen a lot of consistency, Zach. It seems like you're really coming to grips with this GT4 Cayman. Yeah, sorry that people aren't battling you every corner, but you're gonna have to cause some issues if you want to get back in battle with the rest of the field. So congrats on putting in the work there. It's really showing on the track this season. You've been able to put together qualifyings and consistent race runs all the way through the race. So really great to see that. Congrats on the great run.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, congratulations. I think we might be talking to our new GT4 points leader. We'll let the points tally gods count all the tokens, but with Kyle finishing 6th, we might be talking to our new points leader. So a lot to look forward to next week in Barcelona, I believe. You got any ideas?
I will
anybody?
be out for Barcelona. I do have oh my God, I just had my work trip canceled today. I completely forgot. I get to race again. What a great piece of news, guys. Thanks.
All right. Well, the rest of the field got excited there for a second until they realized that the points leader is going to be in the race again.
Nah,
Congratulations.
I've actually never driven the track, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun kind of going head-to-head with everybody. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few guys quicker than me, but I'm just looking forward to a good race, and I appreciate the time, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Good job, Zach. Look for you next week. And in the GT3 field, what a race we had up front with Johan de Roy coming out the victor. And Johan, you had to follow there for a little while for the first stop and a half to 2 stops. And then after that, it was all yours. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, before the first stop, I knew it was gonna be a hard race because I was not the fastest in qualif and with the pace. And when I saw Flag pit, I think 1 lap or 2 earlier, I just knew just right after it I missed a part of the strategy right here because I knew that I will be with the traffic and him will have a clean hair in front of him, so I knew it will after the pit, my pit, it will be a bit more in front of me, but I just keep in head that on the last pit I will just put a bit less of fuel and my pit should be faster than him. So yeah, I just keep it in mind to overcut all the way on the 2 pits, and at the end it just worked. So I'm really happy.
Yeah, lots of I guess differing strategies on the pits. Justin undercutting both times. Chase running into issues on his way out of the pits. The couple times we saw issues there. The overcut appeared to work. Did you have any issues with your cold tires coming out in front of Justin Flag?
I didn't switch my tires, so it was still hot after.
Nice.
But,
Okay, so you were ready to go in and defend there out of the pits.
Yeah. And at the end, I had a little incident with the GT4, but not at the end, like in the middle of the race. But I
Mhm.
had the front damage, and I was understeering every corner, every
Mm.
slow corner. When I was reaccelerated, put
Yep,
throttle
good.
on. I was
Yep.
like, I was understeering very bad, but it was quite good because I think Justin Flag had understeer too due to wear tires.
Mm-hmm.
So it was quite a similar pace. So yeah.
Yeah, not an easy
Well,
track on tires with the temp usually, and just the amount of strain put on them by this circuit.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a weird bitume on this track. It's like a real old track, really bumpy, big curb, a bit like a karting track, So I'm
Hmm.
quite used to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
it's
lots of
fun. I
amazing
really,
variety.
racing.
yeah, I really enjoy this track.
It was really good, Johan. To see you out front again, your first win of this season. Hopefully, more to come. Thanks again for putting on a great show, a great race out there, and kept your nose clean. And when the time is right, you were able to do it with a great overcut strategy. Congratulations, Johan. Hopefully, we'll see you next week in Barcelona.
Yep, I will be there. I missed the two race because of school, but right now I should do every race except maybe one at the end.
Great. Well, let the rest of the field know that Johan DeRoy is here for the rest of the season. And we're glad to have you, Johan. Congratulations on a great win tonight.
Yep, thank you.
That's Johan DeRoy, your overall GT3 winner. What a great race, Adam. We could do like this every week. I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's always nice to have action all the way down to the end. Great to see somebody's going to have to get up there with Zach Alexander. So start putting in your GT4 laps to bring that guy back in. But great battle to the end from Cody Height, Nick Aslin, Nick Moffitt, and Kyle Ryan. Sorry. So lots of battles throughout the field all day long. So we hope to see more of that same at Barcelona.
That's right. Until then, thanks to all the Midwest Motorsports admins for making this league great. I'm James Jape for Adam Sondag, reminding you to stay in your lane.